Next version you starts now.
They said he wouldn't succeed until he proved himself right. He was 16 and already done, not with learning, not with growth, but with classrooms. Because inside those pale walls, life felt too small. While teachers spoke from the front of the room, he stared out the window. Not out of boredom, out of recognition. Because outside, there was movement. Grass that needed cutting, fences leaning sideways, hands building something real, something that mattered. And every day, he felt the pull, stronger, clearer. That's where he belonged. Not sitting, not memorizing, creating, building, contributing. So when the principal told him he was failing again, he didn't break. He didn't argue. He didn't feel lost. He felt something else. Clarity. At that moment, he understood something most people spend years trying to figure out. School wasn't where his future lived. And for the first time, he trusted that feeling. He went home, expecting resistance, disappointment, maybe even anger. But his mother did something different. She didn't lecture him, didn't shame him, didn't try to force him back into a path that wasn't his. She placed a hand on his shoulder, looked him in the eyes, and said something simple. Whatever you put your mind to, you'll achieve. At that moment, everything shifted. Because belief, given at the right time, becomes permission. And that was all he needed. The next day, he walked out of school for good. No backup plan, no guarantees. Just a beat-up lawnmower and a decision. He started knocking on doors, one after another. Houses lined up like opportunities and rejection. Not interested. No thank you. Maybe another time. Most said no. Some didn't answer. A few hesitated but didn't commit. And still, he kept knocking. Because when you believe something deeply enough, you don't stop at rejection. You push through it. Until one door opens. It wasn't the biggest house, but it felt like the moment. Wrapped in overgrown hedges, grass wild, untouched. The kind of place most people ignore. But he saw something else. Potential. When the owner stepped outside and asked the question that mattered most, how much? He paused, because he didn't have an answer. No pricing sheet, no experience to lean on, just honesty. I don't know. Let me do the work, then pay me what you think I'm worth. At that moment, he wasn't selling a service. He was betting on himself. The owner hesitated, then agreed. And just like that, the opportunity began. For 3 days, he worked. Not casually, not halfway, completely. Sun up to sundown, hands blistered, body aching, sweat mixing with dirt. But he didn't stop, because this wasn't just a job. This was proof. Every hedge shaped with care, every blade of grass cut with intention, every detail finished like it mattered, because it did. When he stepped back, it was done. Not perfect, but real. The owner walked out, looked around, paused, and then handed him a check. 3 times more than he expected, 3 times more than he imagined. And something else. A list, referrals, opportunities, doors he hadn't even knocked on yet. At that moment, the fuse was lit. Years passed. The boy became a man. Not overnight, not easily, but steadily. The mower turned into trucks. One client turned into many. A single job turned into a business, a reputation. Not for speed, not for cheap work, for excellence, for care, for doing things right, even when no one was watching. But what defined him wasn't what he built, it was what he gave. Because somewhere along the way, he understood something deeper. Value isn't just created, it's shared. One afternoon, he saw it. A piece of land, public, overgrown, forgotten, ignored by everyone, but not by him. Because he didn't see what it was, he saw what it could be. So he made a call, simple, direct. I'll fix it, for free. No contract, no guarantee, no expectation of return, just a decision to give. He paid for everything himself, every plant, every stone, every bag of soil, time, energy, effort, all invested with nothing promised in return, except one small thing, a sign in the corner. That's all he asked. And then he worked, again, the same way he always had, fully, completely, with pride.
Until the land changed. What was once dead became alive. Green, inviting, a place people could walk through and feel something.
And a week later, the phone rang, a number he didn't recognize, a voice on the other end that changed everything. A major university. They had seen his work, not his marketing, not his sales, his work. And they wanted him to redesign their courtyard. At that moment, it clicked. Everything. Giving isn't subtraction, it's multiplication. Because what you give freely returns in ways you can't predict. Bigger, stronger, more meaningful. And that became his philosophy, not just in business, but in life. Years later, he ran into someone from his past, an administrator. Someone who once told him he wouldn't succeed without a diploma. The man shook his hand, looked at him differently now, and said something he never expected to hear. I was wrong. He smiled, not out of pride, not out of revenge, but clarity. I didn't do this to prove you wrong. I did it to prove myself right. At that moment, everything came full circle. Because success was never about proving others wrong. It was about becoming who you knew you could be. Now, when people ask him the secret, how he built everything from nothing, he doesn't talk about strategy or tactics or shortcuts. He tells them something simpler, something most people overlook. Give first, give fully, give boldly. Because here's the truth. What you give doesn't disappear. It expands, it multiplies, it returns. Not always immediately, not always the way you expect, but always in a way that matters. Because success isn't just what you take from the world, it's what you leave in it. And the more you give, the more life gives back. That's the principle. That's the path. And that's the version of you waiting on the other side of courage.